All right, everybody, you ready for a long break tonight? We've got a lot of stuff on this new release Wednesday. One product, though, did not arrive today. It kept showing it was going to be here today, but it did not show up. That is Elite Extra Edition Baseball. And when I finally got in touch with FedEx about it, I found out they still have it down at a FedEx facility about 2 hours away in Tennessee, maybe 2.5 hours away. And so we're hopeful it's going to be here tomorrow. You have received an email about that if you're involved with that break in your eBay messages. Meanwhile, we do have some information to go over. We'll talk more about this Elite Extra Edition in a few minutes too, because I know people are still coming into the room. But first things first, let's go over our basic info. So feedback, it is set to be completely automated on eBay. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're instantly going to get the same in return. And you never have to wait on me. Not for that. Anytime you post it, it's going to, bam, give it right back to you. And then, of course, the second thing there is to say thank you. Appreciate you being here, bidding, breaking, chatting, and hanging out with me. We are taking a look now at what's coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night is originally scheduled to be an off night. There's nothing ending on eBay. However, for those of you who didn't already hear me say this, and we'll probably be saying this 4 or 5 more times before the night is over, Elite Extra Edition Baseball did not arrive today. I ordered it from 2 different places. One was shipped UPS, one was shipped FedEx. Neither one arrived today. It showed that the one from FedEx was supposed to be here today up until about 6 o'clock tonight, and then it changed to say it will be here tomorrow. But I'm not going to reschedule it for sure until I see tracking that says it's on the truck and out for delivery. I know that is inconvenient, and I'm sorry. Somebody messaged me wanting to know, why do I list things that aren't in hand? Well, guys, that's the only way you can do it if you want to break a new release product on release night, because you can't do same-day listings on eBay. All right, so you have a message from me already. If you're in Elite Extra Edition tonight, there's already a message from me in your eBay messages explaining this. You will get another message from me sent to eBay messages sometime tomorrow with an update one way or the other, whether it is going to show up tomorrow or whether it's not, and then we'll proceed from there, okay? On Friday night, we're going to open a half case of Leaf Autograph Mini Football helmets, half case of Flawless Baseball, and a full case of Rookies and Stars Football. On Saturday, we're going to open Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball. It'll be the back half of the case that we start tonight. We will finish it up on Saturday. Sunday night, we're going to start early, 8:30, not as early as tonight, but earlier than normal, at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We're going to open a half case of Leaf Autograph Football jerseys and a case of Absolute Basketball. On Monday night, we're going to break Elite Extra Edition, the back half of the case that would have been started tonight if it had shown up. So hopefully, as I said, hopefully it's going to show up soon, but it hasn't yet. So let me do one little thing here, because that's, I see, covering up part of the info for whatever reason. That makes it a little better. Okay, so there's still people joining the break. Those of you who have been here throughout, you're going to hear this probably 4 or 5 more times before the night is over. But first, let's talk about our shipping. There are no free shipping breaks tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. All of our shipping breaks are paid shipping breaks. It will be Obsidian Football, Prizm Basketball, and Bowman Draft Jumbo Baseball breaking tonight in that order. All of those things are expected to ship out the door and on the way to you approximately Monday. If I can get it sent sooner, of course I will do so. If you were to get skunked, and really Obsidian would be the only one that even might remotely have that possibility, meaning you don't pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you will get consolation card or cards, and they will ship out when the rest of the break goes out the door. One more time, Elite Extra Edition Baseball that would have been breaking tonight has been delayed in transit. Was due to arrive today, said it was arriving today. Guess what? Didn't arrive today. So we do not have it here to break tonight. That, from what I have heard, has been the case for just about every breaker out there. Very few people apparently actually got it today. And as soon as I have more information, I will be back in touch to give it to you by way of eBay messages. The information that I have currently, I have already sent to you by way of eBay messages if you were in Elite Extra Edition baseball break tonight. I'm going to bring you back to me for a second. Let me see where we are on unpaid teams. We may have a team here in Obsidian football available, which is up first tonight. And it looks like we do. We have got the Seattle Seahawks that are setting unpaid in Obsidian football. Is anyone interested in picking up the Seahawks? Looks like they sold on eBay for, looks like $56. If someone's interested in them, please let me know. There's no additional shipping cost, of course, when you pick it up by way of chat from an unpaid team. I'm going to go in here and update our spreadsheet to reflect that that is unpaid, and then we'll see who, if anybody, might be interested in picking it up. We also, at this moment, have a couple that are setting unpaid in Prizm basketball, and maybe even one or two setting unpaid in Bowman, but we'll wait until we get to those breaks and see if they get paid in the interim. Right now, the only one we need to deal with is the Seahawks. All right, so the W8, you want it? Okay, my friend. Oh, never mind, you don't want it. Okay. So Chris and Charles and Michael, the three of you, anybody want the Seahawks out of that? The W8 was in and now he's out. So anybody out of the three of you want the Seahawks tonight? Just let me know what your sitch is. Charles and Prizm, we're going to wait, of course, until we finish Obsidian and see what's still available. There are a couple of teams that are currently unpaid. They may be paid between now and then, so we'll wait and talk about those when we finish up Obsidian. And it looks like, Andrew, that was answering your question, too. Actually, I was answering Andrew's question, and I said Charles's name, but anyway, it probably applies to both of you. All right, so Chris, Michael, nobody wants them. Charles said you'll go 40 on them. All right, well, right now the current offer for the Seahawks then is $40 in Obsidian, and if nobody else is interested, then that's where they're going to end up, unless somebody else wants to jump in and say otherwise. So going once, going twice. I know there's a little bit of a delay in chat in real time, so I'm giving you guys a minute here to see what's what. All right, so nobody else wants them. Then Charles, yeah, man, they can be yours. Let me have a second here. I'm going to update the spreadsheet. While I'm doing that, I'm going to type in here my email address for you. This is what I use for PayPal. I never, ever check correspondence. So for those of you who are thinking, oh, I'll write that down if I ever have a question, yeah, I'll never see it. If you need me, hit me up through eBay messages. That's always the best way to go. And I'm going to update this to say that Charles, Seahawks are yours at $40. And let me know, sir, when you have it taken care of there on PayPal on your side. And we're going to let me cancel it out here in eBay real quickly. And we're almost ready to go on this one. Sorry, guys. It's always such a drag. When people don't pay. Slows us down, doesn't it? All right. There we go. So that is squared away, I think. Let me get back to the page that tells me what's what. Yeah, all right. So Charles, are you good, man? Ben says his fiance told him that she would leave him if he keeps buying spots and breaks. That's harsh, brother. That is some harsh words right there. All right, let's get our spreadsheet back up here reflecting our new information. And it is a 12-box break of Obsidian football. This is a full case break. It is break number 1, ended tonight on eBay, Wednesday night, the 4th of December, a big new release day. Team names are on the left-hand side, winning bidders cross from each team on the right-hand side. Seahawks were an unpaid team picked up here as a second chance by way of chat from Charles. Thank you, Charles. And you just let me know, sir, when you are good to go. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get the boxes out. Get some Obsidian rolling. And if you missed me saying it, I know people jump in and out, and I know those of you who have been in here the whole time are sick of hearing this, but Elite Extra Edition Baseball, none of it that I ordered showed up today for new release day. It is all stuck in transit, some with UPS, some with FedEx. So that break is being rescheduled. There is a message about it in your eBay email inbox. I will send you another message about it tomorrow. And the order that we're going in tonight, Obsidian football, which we're doing right now. It is a 1-pack per box kind of product. It won't take a terribly long time. Then we'll do Prizm basketball. That will take longer. It's a half case, but it'll still probably take 45 minutes or so. Then Bowman draft will be our final break of the night, and that one will be quite long. All right, Charles says he's all squared away. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. And I also appreciate those of you who understand what is going on with Elite Extra Edition and that it's not within my control. Had a couple of people that were, let's just say, not as understanding. I think most people who have done breaks before understand how it works. You know, maybe once a year, twice a year at the most, do we have a new release product that doesn't show up on the day it's supposed to. But unfortunately, we don't have any control over that. And the person who's like astounded that I would list it before it arrives, well, you can't break it on release night if you don't list it in advance, unfortunately. eBay doesn't do any same-day listings. All right, J. Allen, Titans and Panthers. Mickey needs the Lions here in Obsidian. And we will do our best to find all of that, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, I hope. Now, this has got 4 hits a box in it, and it is one of these products that says or. See that? 4 autographs or memorabilia cards. I forgot to change our focus tonight, didn't I? Let's do that real quick. Your background's going to get a little blurry here. I don't like to use autofocus in these breaks, so I set it so that we can see things up a little more closely than we would otherwise be able to. But that makes your background go out of focus. So 4 autographs or memorabilia cards per box. And as always, Panini likes to tell us on average, which just simply means that every once in a while they might mess up and not put in the number of hits they're supposed to. But more often means that occasionally they replace one of our hits or more with Panini rewards points. If that happens to us tonight or any night, we use random.org to give out those rewards points at the end of the break. The W8 needs some Texans in here. Charles, Bears, Raiders, and Seahawks. All right, man, let's try and find you. Try and find some love for everybody. Jay Allen's reminded me not to forget about his Titans and his Panthers. All right, let me get a few sleeves out on the table of various sizes here, and then we're going to crack Obsidian. Keep on trucking. So our break won't be quite as long tonight as it would have otherwise been if Elite Extra Edition had actually shown up today, but we'll still be here a pretty good amount of time tonight before we're all said and done, I believe. So we have a die cut right off the top. That's Pat Mahomes. It says Supernova on it, and it's the Kansas City Chiefs and numbered to 50. You see over there on the right-hand side. And we'll flip over these first ones just so you can get an idea. That's to 125 for Phillip Rivers and the Chargers. That's just basically a base card. And then we're going to have hits the rest of the way through, I believe. And this is only a 6-card pack, or is it a 7-card pack? Christian McCaffrey. It is numbered to 10. We've got a relic, first hit out of the box for the Panthers. Next up, you've got O'Shane Ximines. That is the Giants. It is numbered to 150. Hit number 3 belongs to the Green Bay Packers, numbered to 50 with Darnell Savage Jr. And last but certainly not least, we've got the Colts, and that little bad boy is numbered to 10, whereby you have Mr. Paris Campbell for the Indianapolis Colts. Eric, you are not alone in hating Panini Rewards points. I hate them too, man. I hate them as much as you guys hate them. I just think it's a rip that they do it. And then they charge you shipping on top of that. Like, when you redeem them, they make you pay for the card that you redeem them for to ship. I hate that. Numbered to 50, Khalil Mack. There's our die cut. It's for the Bears. Here's a nice little lion that should be numbered. Mr. T.J. Hawkinson is numbered to 75. Beyond that, I see a Tyler Lockett approaching for the Seahawks, and Tyler is numbered to 125, which is more or less, I think, what all of the, I'm going to say the non-parallel base, like the standard base, seem to be numbered to 125. The W8, you like, oh, you found Obsidian from Chronicles Baseball. Yeah, which I love Chronicles. Mixes up all the different card sets. Numbered to 100, Jason Taylor and the Dolphins. Die cut relic. Followed by Derrick Henry to 25 for the Tennessee Titans with another die cut relic. Next up, the Raiders, Jonathan Abram. Your rookie signature numbered to 75. And a redemption, which we're going to leave face down up there in housekeeping. We'll flip it at the end of the break, along with any others that we find. Yeah, Eric, I know. That's the thing. You know, like Eric is saying, he cashed in his points and got a card that was maybe worth like $3, and then they charged him $9 to ship it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. When they do those, it's bad enough they put them in there, and then it's just really insulting that they charge you shipping to get a quote-unquote reward. Numbered to 75, that's the Seahawks, Gary Jennings Jr. Our die cut is Deshaun Watson, Tunnel Vision for the Texans, numbered to 10. Very nice. And what will be more or less our base is Paris Campbell to 125. All right, here comes Jarrett Stidham. It is numbered to 100 for the Colts. Wait a minute. Why is that? What's going on there? Let's just try. That sleeve was a little funkamola, wasn't it? Let's just try another one. To 100 for the Patriots with a relic. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, number 275, Philadelphia Eagles. And Tony Pollard for the Cowboys, numbered to 150. Oh, Stang Lover, they also charge you tax or a handling fee? I didn't realize that. See, I haven't redeemed any points in a while, so I didn't know we were now paying handling fees and tax as well. Oh, boy. Nice. Howie Long for the Raiders to 75. Next up is Jamal Adams and the Jets. That one numbered to 10. And then our base to 125, the Rams and Darrell Henderson. First hit out of this pack belongs to the Buffalo Bills. It is Devin Singletary, numbered 250 with a relic. Glenn, you said you paid $10 for a rewards card and they waited 2 weeks to ship it? You paid $10 in shipping to get the card from your reward redemption, and then they still waited 2 weeks to send it. That's horrible. To 150, John Ursua. I don't know how you say his name, but anyway, he is a Seattle Seahawk, so you're getting something back for your money there, for your kindness of picking them up. Riley Ridley to 50 for the Chicago Bears. My Pittsburgh Steelers are making an appearance. That is numbered to 150. It's Deontay Johnson. And when I say my Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't have the team in here tonight. For those of you who are new, I don't hold teams back. Some breakers do. I do not. I list and sell them all. Or, unless they go unsold, I would have it. But otherwise, it's there. But I love my Steelers. They're my team. So I always call them my Pittsburgh Steelers. But I don't have them in the break. Numbered to 75. That's Big Ben. Steelers. A die cut for the Packers. Tunnel Vision. Brett Favre. Numbered to 50. Numbered to 125 for the Chicago Bears. You have a little Urlacher headed your way. Michael wants to know if we've had any Falcons. Michael, not hits-wise. I don't really know about some of the base cards and numbered parallels. I'm the worst about trying to retain that, honestly. That's to 100, Paris Campbell and the Colts. We will recap all the signature and relic hits at the end, though, for what that might be worth. Another die cut. This is Pat Mahomes. It is numbered to 50, the Kansas City Chiefs, and you got a little relic on that one. And it is a Paris Campbell kind of night. Colts again to 150. And then we have a third redemption. Housekeeping's filling up there, isn't it? Oh, Mickey was keeping track of it. Michael, it looks like he says there have not been any Falcons pulled yet. Thank you, Mickey, for keeping up with that for me. And the W8, I agree with you. These cards are cool. And Mickey, we will try to find some more Lions for you. Jimmy G to 75. San Francisco 49ers. Jay Allen, you've got to head out. All right, you've got the Panthers and the Titans in here, and the Magic and the Raptors and Prizm. We'll fire up the mojo. There's a Falcon, Matty Ice, die cut to 35. To 125, it's Gronk for the Patriots. A die cut, Baker Mayfield to 25 for the Cleveland Browns. Man, I hate what he's done with his, he shaved off everything but his mustache, but it's in a weird little pattern on his face or something. I don't know. I think he looks like a cartoon villain, the way he has his shave on right now. To 150, that is Raquel Armstead for the Jags. I wish he'd just let his beard grow back, honestly. Ryan Finley and the Bengals, that is numbered to 75. And here comes more Riley Ridley, because why stop with one if you can have more, right? To 50, the Bears. Hi, Nicholas. We did have a Lion or two in here, didn't we? Yeah, Mickey probably knows which one, as a matter of fact. He's maybe keeping track for us. Numbered to 50, there are the Texans, or there is a card for the Texans with DeAndre Hopkins, Le'Veon Bell, and the Jets to 75. Yeah, I think having the Texans in my house, I would know it. Numbered to 125, it's Philip Lindsay for the Broncos, which I just put in the thick sleeve, and I meant to put in the thin sleeve, so let's get him fixed back. Clowney, Texans, die cut to 50. And that's a little cutting edge relic. Next up, we have the 49ers to 75 with Dre Greenlaw autograph. Mark Brunell, Jags Yeah, sometimes they're better off just putting him in, aren't they? It's numbered to 25. Little throwback ink for you. N'Keal Harry, New England Patriots, numbered to 150. All right, the Cardinals, numbered to 75, Byron Murphy. Montez Sweat to 50, Redskins. To 125, there's a lion, like right on time for you to get here. Tavai, is that how you say his name? Tavai, something along those lines. Tony Pollard, I feel like we've been down this road before. That is the Cowboys. It's numbered to 10. The Bengals with Drew Sample, and it is numbered to 50. A fourth redemption, sliding up here into housekeeping. Baltimore Ravens, Justice Hill, numbered to 75. All right, there's Tyler Lockett to 75. Seahawks. Andrew needs some Kyler Murray. Mickey still needs some more Lions, he says. A die cut T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. And that is numbered to 75. To 125 for the Raiders, Tyrell Williams. Broncos are on board with Noah Fant, numbered to 100. A die-cut Baker Mayfield for the Browns, numbered to 50, with a relic. Galaxy Gear relic. Easton Stick and the Chargers, that's numbered to 150. And a fifth redemption, because, well, you know, why not, right? I mean, once you've got 4, may as well keep on adding to it. 5 or 6 or 10 or 20. We all hate redemptions from Panini. I know we do. Kirk Cousins to 50, Vikings. Jordan Scarlett, Carolina Panthers, to 75. To 125, it's A.J. Brown and the Tennessee Titans. A die cut for the Jets. This is Sam Darnold, numbered to 100 with a relic. Here comes N'Keal Harry out again for the Patriots. This is numbered to 10. Does that say 10? No, it says 50. I don't know why I thought it said 10. But then I turned it over. I'm like, surely that's not numbered to 10. No, it's numbered to 50. All right. Chase Vinovich for the Patriots is numbered to 75. And TJ Hawkinson for the Lions, numbered to 150. Autograph and relic. There you go. There's your Lions showing up for you. All right, is this base or, yeah. Sometimes they've got my base facing one way on the bottom and sometimes another. It's hard to tell. Jerry Tillery to 75 for the Chargers. Terry Bradshaw, numbered to 35, die cut, Pittsburgh Steelers. And a Lion, Tavai. We saw him earlier, to 125. Here come the Carolina Panthers, numbered 250 with DJ Moore. Buffalo Bills, Dawson Knox. Dawson is numbered to 150. Bryce Love to 150 for the Redskins. San Francisco 49ers, you got your young man, Nick Bosa, who has been excellent, to 150. Although Josh Allen with the Jags has passed him for number of sacks. I think Josh Allen's at 9, I mean, for a rookie. And Bosa is at 8, I think. Eli Manning, back in the starting lineup, by the way, since the injury to Daniel Jones. That is numbered to 7. So just in time for him to start again. You can have a nice little Eli Manning to 7. A die cut Russell Wilson to 35. Seahawks. To 125 for the Jags. That's Leonard Fournette. Andrew, have we had any rookie quarterbacks in here? I don't know, because we don't know who all's on the other set of those redemptions, right? So, I mean, maybe, but we don't know yet. But I don't think, up to this point, I do not believe we've hit any up to this point. And here's a Tony Pollard to 100 for the Cowboys. I feel like we've seen him a lot. Dante Pettis, this is numbered to 75 for the 49ers. Andre Rison comes out for the Falcons. That one is numbered to 25. And another redemption to give us a nice 6-pack of redemptions. Nice even number of them now that we're going to flip over here in a second. So here's how this works. We will flip over the redemptions. Then we'll go to the Panini website and verify what, if anything, they're numbered to. And also you'll be able to see the team associated with each player up there on the screen. Probably we're going to know the teams, but just for the sake of having it displayed, that's how we do it. After we accomplish that little task, we will then come back and recap our autographs and relics, which is all that stuff stacked back there. Once we do that, we'll be moving into Prizm basketball. So that's where we go. All right. So let's see what we've got. It is Dwayne Haskins. There's one of your rookie quarterbacks. Rookie jersey autograph electric etch orange. That is a mouthful. So Redskins, we know you're taking home your rookie QB. Next up is Drew Lock. There's another rookie QB. Rookie autos etch electric green or electric etch green. Anyway, you got the idea. We'll be up on the screen in a minute. So there's 2. Next round, we have DK Metcalf. That's the Seahawks. Rookie jersey autos electric etch green for Seattle. Followed by another Drew Lock. This is rookie jersey ink. So Broncos picking up a pair of Mr. Drew Lock here at the end in redemptions. DK Metcalf comes out again. Rookie auto electric etch green. So pair of Metcalfs. Seahawks looking better and better at that $40 pickup. Yeah, right? Indeed. A bargain on that one. And David Montgomery for the Bears. Rookie jersey ink electric etch green. Mercy. Some long card set names, aren't they? Quite long, quite long. Okay, let's come flying around here to the Panini website and see what we can figure out about all this fun stuff. I kind of figured we'd find redemptions, though I didn't think it would be this many. So I had it set up for this product already. So let's see, do I have more? Let me see what I've got that matches up so that we don't have to look all of this up twice. No, that's jersey ink. This is jersey autos, different. Jersey autos, wait a minute, that might match up. No, one's green and one's orange. That still doesn't. Rookie autos electric etch green. Okay, I do have 2 of those. All right, so we're going to go there first. Rookie autos electric etch green is where we're headed first. All right, so the Seahawks card number 28 is DK Metcalf, except that it can't be because there's not 28 cards in there. So what did I do wrong? Rookie autos electric etch green. Oh, that's what I did wrong. How did I get all the way up there? I must have moved my mouse around. Sorry, guys. To 28. Now we've got it. To 50 will be that DK Metcalf. Now, in the same card set, card number 4 is going to be Drew Lock up here. And Drew Lock will be numbered to 25 on that particular card set. Now we're going to go look up the David Montgomery. That's Rookie Jersey Ink Electric Etch Green. All right, so Rookie Jersey Ink is what I need. Electric Etch Green. Card number 12. David Montgomery, Chicago Bears, number 250. Next up, Rookie Jersey Autos Electric Etch Green. So the other one wasn't maybe Jersey. This one is. So Rookie Jersey Autos Electric Etch Green. Card number 28. DK Metcalf is number 250. Dwayne Haskins, Rookie Jersey Autos Electric Etch Orange. Card number 3, Dwayne Haskins is numbered to 75. And one more. That is Rookie Jersey Ink Drew Lock. Card number 4 again. And that one is numbered to 150. All right, massive amount of redemptions in here tonight. But at least we did get some quarterbacks and stuff out of there, so... Michael, no, there were Falcons. You had already been logged on when we hit one of them or two of them, one or two of them. So yeah, there were definitely Falcons for sure. And of course we are getting ready to recap right now. If I remembered to switch you back, I was actually already getting ready to recap. I actually already had stuff picked up. Hang on. And then I forgot to switch your view back. And now I got all kinds of weird stuff popping up from stupid alerts. Now we're ready to go. All right, Seahawks to 50, redemption, DK Metcalf. David Montgomery for the Bears, redemption to 50. Drew Lock, Broncos, redemption to 25. Dwayne Haskins, Redskins, redemption to 75. Drew Lock, Broncos, redemption to 150. Seahawks, DK Metcalf, redemption to 50, the big 5-0. All right, so that's all the redemptions from Obsidian. This is the stuff that is live in here that is autograph or relic. TJ Hawkinson, Lions. Sam Darnold, Jets. Chase Vinovich, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, Patriots. Chargers, Easton Stick. Noah Fant, Broncos. For the Bears, it's Andre Rison. I mean the Falcons. Why did I say the Bears? I'm sorry. I had the Bears on the brain. This is who you were looking for, though. Your Falcon autograph. It's Andre Rison. So if you did, I thought you were already on after we pulled that, so I'm sorry about that. Guess we missed connections on it. The 49ers had a relic with Dante Pettis. Tony Pollard and the Cowboys. There's Mr. Nick Bosa for the 49ers. The Washington Redskins and Bryce Love. Buffalo Bills, Dawson Knox. DJ Moore for the Carolina Panthers. Next up, it is Baker Mayfield for the Browns, followed by the Ravens and Justice Hill. The Bengals have Drew Sample. The Cowboys have Tony Pollard again. And there's the Patriots with another N'Keal Harry. The Jags have a little throwback Mark Brunell. 49ers with Dre Greenlaw. The Texans with Clowney. With Ridley for the Bears. The Bengals and Finley. The Jags with Armstead. The Browns and Baker Mayfield. Paris Campbell and the Colts. Kansas City Chiefs with Pat Mahomes. And Paris Campbell with the Colts again. One little stack here left. Deontay Johnson, Steelers. The Bears with another Riley Ridley. The Seahawks and Ursua, I'm not sure which way you say it, maybe neither. Devin Singletary for the Bills. There's another Tony Pollard for the Cowboys, but that one had ink on it. The Eagles, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Another Patriot, Jarrett Stidham. The Raiders and Jonathan Abram. That is the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry. Jason Taylor for the Dolphins. Another Paris Campbell for the Colts. The Pack, Darnell Savage Jr. for the Green Bay Packers. The New York Giants and O'Shane Ximines. And last but not least, Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. All right, so that has Obsidian all finished up. And we're going to hit a little spreadsheet information again. So for those of you who have come in after the fact, here's where you're about to learn when things are going to ship, and we'll go over our break order again and all that kind of fun stuff. First off, I'm going to let you look at this while I jump in here and see where we are in terms of payment, because we did have a couple of unpaid teams in Prizm basketball, which is up next, but I'm going to check and see if they're still unpaid or if they're paid by now. And of course they're not, because why would they be, right? We have got the Charlotte Hornets unpaid in Prizm basketball, and the Oklahoma City Thunder unpaid in Prizm basketball. The Hornets sold for $45 on eBay, and the Oklahoma City Thunder sold for $15 and some change, so let's just call it $15. If anybody wants them both, first preference would go to somebody who buys them both. If no one wants them both, then of course we would sell the teams out individually. And I'm going to now bring you back here to me for a second while I update the spreadsheet to fill in the fact that, yeah, we got some more people bidding and not paying. That's the Hornets and the Thunder. So let me get that straightened out. All right, and meanwhile, if you are interested in one or both of those teams, please be typing that into chat right now so that I know it. And by the way, I don't see eBay messages or any of that other stuff while we're live in the break. I only see the chat here on YouTube. And what is going on? And sorry. And if you do not have chat up, I believe you've got to be logged into YouTube to be able to see chat. That's my understanding of the way it works. All right, so while you all are pondering that, let's go back to this for a minute. So once again, Elite Extra Edition Baseball did not show up today, despite the fact that it was ordered from 2 different distributors in 2 different states and shipped 2 different ways, one FedEx, one UPS. Neither one of them made it here. Panini didn't get the product out to some people on time. The other one, it's FedEx's fault. It said all day it was coming today, and then all of a sudden, at like 6 o'clock tonight, it flips over and says it's coming tomorrow. So, yeah. So I called them, and they said it's still in Tennessee, about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours from here. So hopefully it'll show up tomorrow. We are rescheduling that break because the product isn't here. If you are in that break, if you have teams in there, you're going to have a message from me in your eBay messages already explaining all of this, and there will be more messages to follow as I learn more. Now, our paid shipping breaks tonight, the only kind we have. Obsidian has already gone. Prizm Basketball is coming up next. Bowman Draft after that. This stuff should all be out the door approximately Monday. That's my hope, that it will all be on the way to you Monday. If you got skunked in Obsidian, which I think realistically is the only one that there would even be a chance of you not pulling a card of any sort, base or otherwise, your consolation card or cards will ship out when the rest of the break ships. Prizm Basketball, Bowman Draft Baseball. You guys, there's tons of cards in there. I feel confident every team will pull cards of some sort. That's going to bring us over to our spreadsheet, but I've got these 2 teams that I need to find a home for. So let me review chat here and see where we are with that. Charles, yeah, there might not have been a Josh Jacobs in there. Andrew, we are definitely doing more Obsidian. I have several cases of it, but not all of it is here yet. This whole week, all the orders are terribly messed up. Some stuff came today, some is coming tomorrow, some is coming Friday, some's FedEx, some is UPS, some's overnight. Apparently, Panini just really had a hard time getting everything to the distributors, so I paid to overnight what I could get here today, and then the rest of the stuff will show up throughout the week. And all right, so Jay Allen, you've got the Raptors and the Magic coming up. Great. Charles, you're going to take both. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Kendall's saying he just paid for the Hornets, so hang on a second. Hang on a second, Charles. Yeah, so that leaves the Thunder. Do you still want the Thunder, Charles? If you do, I can, of course, get that squared away for you if you would like that one. So let me just go down here and make it the one that's now unpaid and fix the other one back on the spreadsheet real quickly. So bear with me, kids, while I'm working on this little project here. And all right. All right. So Charles, yes, no, do you still want the Thunder? If you just want to give me a heads up on that one, sir, then I will know which way to proceed. 15 is what they went for, 15 and some change. So 15 for the Thunder if you're up for it here in Prizm. And you just tell me yay or nay, and I'll get the spreadsheet updated and etc. I'm going to take a little water break while I'm waiting for chat to catch up to see what Charles has to say there. All right, yeah, man, that's fine. I mean, at this point, there's too much to do tonight for me to worry about it. We're just going to sell it to you and go on. So, you got it. Did you say, or do you still see the email address where I had it in there earlier? Or if you remember it, that would be great. If not, I can type it in for you again. And I'm going to cancel this out real quickly on eBay, so bear with me a minute. And we'll get that accomplished. All right, the Thunder. All right, come out of there. All right, let's get back here 1 second, guys. Just takes a minute. I'm sorry. Every time we do this, it takes a minute. So I need to go into... I think that might be the last unpaid thing we have to deal with tonight, though. That's the good news. Yeah, it is. So yay. Yay, yay. Well, that's the happy news anyway. All right, so back to business. We already went over the shipping information. We already talked again about the delay of Elite Extra Edition due to unavoidable release day issues. And yeah, we're going to go into a half case of Prizm basketball. This is break number 1, and the Oklahoma City Thunder is going to Charles, who was kind enough to pick up that unpaid team. Everybody else, you're going to see your eBay user ID across from your team. If you are here for Bowman Draft, I am anticipating that this half case of Prizm basketball will probably take about 45 minutes is my guess. As always, you know, it can vary by 5 or 10 minutes on either side, depending on redemptions and stuff like that. Now, originally in the listing, this said that we were going to break loose boxes from a shared case. But because one of my distributors messed up my rookies and stars at the first of the week, that particular distributor was giving me a case and a half. And because they messed up rookies and stars, they agreed to make the second case a full case instead of a half case. So that means we are actually starting a new case tonight. So that's why I'm taking all the boxes out. I'm going to number them on the end using random.org. And then from there, we will find out which ones we're going to open tonight and which ones we will open in the next break, if I can ever wedge the boxes out of here. I'm working on it. They have them in there very tight, but you know, that's kind of a good thing because we don't want them sliding all around and making a mess when they're in transit, especially in the holiday season. I mean, I can only imagine how these things are handled in UPS and FedEx this time of year. I think they're probably throwing them across the room. Not just this and everything else. Okay, we're all numbered up. Heading over to random. Here's how I do random. When we have 9 or fewer, we do random 3 times, only the third one counts. When we have 10 or more, like we do here, we just do it once. Ah, daggone it. I thought I hit the enter key, and I guess apparently I didn't, so we'll be doing that again. I didn't look up until the very end. That was dumb. Oh well, too late now. We'll just be redoing it, and there you go. All right, so let's see what we're going to open. Box is 3, 11, 7, 2, 10, and 6. So 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, right? Yeah. 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11. 2, 3, 6, 7, 10, 11. All right. 2, 3. 6, 7. And then 10 and 11. Oh, well, that went box 9. Well, no worse for the wear. Let me get these other 6 put back in their case. I'll be right back with you. Prizm basketball, always one of the most anticipated releases of the year. It's crazy fun when Prizm basketball comes in. I'm so excited. And thank you, Charles, by the way. Appreciate you picking up our unpaid team in here. As always, those of you who step in and help us out, everybody appreciates you. So what we're going to find in this box, according to the front, is 2 autographs and 22 prisms. Now, of those 22 prisms, they're not all going to be silver prisms, of course, but there'll be various parallels, inserts, designs, however you want to say it. So this first box, we will go through a little more slowly just so that we get a better look at things and a feel for how things are numbered and like that. And we'll go a little faster through subsequent boxes than we do through the first one. Charles, you said you wanted Memphis, but they went higher than you expected. Yeah, John Morant has been playing really well. So he's, he's driving the bus on that bidding position. And of course, Zion, even though we've really not seen much of him other than the preseason due to that injury, and of course collegiate, he's just looked so dominant. What little bit we have seen of him, those prices are always going to be high unless he starts playing and suddenly he's terrible, which I don't think is going to happen. So yeah, a few of those teams are a little pricey. So that's just your base prism right there, just a flat base prism. We're always going to go pretty quickly through those. Next up is a blue parallel. That's Kobe for the Lakers, and we can see that it is numbered to 199. My guess is all those blue parallels will be numbered the same, but we won't know for sure until we see a couple more, right? And this is a red wave, and there's Willie Cauley-Stein for the Warriors. That one does not appear to be numbered, so even though it is a parallel, it isn't numbered. I also want to point out something on this because you can see that Willie is in a Kings uniform, but the card says Warriors and Warriors. So somewhere on here, up there, little tiny letters, it'll say the date he was traded. So the cards are always going to go to the teams that are on the card, which is not always the same as the uniform the player is wearing, okay? And there's the Knicks with an insert, a luck of the lottery. We'll find, I'm sure, several of those. We may or may not find some of them as prisms. A prism and a refractor, by the way, are the same thing. I will call them refractors as much as I call them prism. It just means this. When the light hits them, you see that pretty little rainbow of colors. This is Sabonis, and it is numbered to 299 for the Pacers. So the blue that we saw earlier was to 199, the red to 299. Then I can't remember the name of this pattern particularly, but that is Spencer Dinwiddie on the front. And that appears to just be another unnumbered pattern that we'll find in here in prism format, if you will. Takes a lot of different designs to come up with 22 prisms. Now this is a base silver prism, and that's what most people are chasing in the rookies anyway. You want those silver prisms. Dennis Rodman for the Bulls happens to be on the front of that one. Our first autograph, one of two that we should find in this box for the 76ers, is Maurice Cheeks. So first autograph out. Fireworks, insert, unnumbered. We may find some later that are numbered or that are prism/refractor parallels, but we'll see plenty of the ones that are just base ones too, I imagine. Oh, August says that that is Hyper. That pattern whose name I could not remember is Hyper. Thank you. So many pattern names I do well to remember, you know, a handful of them. I forget quite a few of them, truthfully. Zach LaVine and the Bulls, there's another silver prism. And this, again, is apparently the Hyper pattern that I really don't remember the Hyper pattern looking like that, but obviously it does. And we can see those are refractors, but they are not numbered. That one was the Hawks. So in future boxes, we won't be flipping those over. We won't be flipping over the red waves either, simply because they're not numbered. But in the first box, we do, to demonstrate the fact that they are not numbered. A rookie silver prism makes an appearance for the Celtics. You've got Romeo Langford. Another red wave. There's Justin Jackson. He is for the Mavericks. Fearless insert, just a base non-refractor insert. A silver prism for the T-Wolves, Gorgie Jing. And an autograph for the Charlotte Hornets, Cody Martin. So that's our second autograph out of box number one. We're only expecting to find the two, so that means our remaining packs, we may find prisms, parallels, etc., but we likely are not going to find any additional autographs unless Panini just got generous with us. Oh, Charles, you missed the one the other night, the Ja Morant 1 of 1. You missed that bid by $5. Oh, that's painful. That is painful. Oh, Mickey says that's Pulsar. That pattern is not Hyper, it's Pulsar. Yeah, that does look more like Pulsar to me. I'll agree with you on that. Hyper's those little squiggles, isn't it? Yeah, I think you might be right on that. That might be Pulsar. No offense, August, but I think that Mickey might be right on that one. Because I kept thinking that didn't look like Hyper, but I couldn't quite picture what it was either. Yeah, Pulsar sounds right. But thank you both for jumping in there and helping me find my way through it. And that little baby right there looks like, is that Hyper or Mojo? That's Mojo, I think. And it is numbered to 25. It's Larry Johnson, and it is the Charlotte Hornets with little Larry Johnson Mojo. It's another red wave. Again, those are not numbered. We're still going to flip them through the first box, but once we get out of this first box, we won't flip those anymore. So this is what we believe is Pulsar, Paul Gasol. I mistakenly named it something else a while ago. Sorry about that. Fireworks, this one is an example of a prism. It's not just a flat base. It is still not numbered, but it is a variation nonetheless, since it is a prism / refractor. And we have a silver prism here for Kevon Looney for the Golden State Warriors. Pulsar, Steven Adams, Oklahoma City Thunder. A Fearless insert, just a base insert. Oh, Charles, it took you a while to get to sleep the other night after you lost out on that bid. Oh, that's so frustrating. But you know, the one thing that you could think about that might be your saving grace, you never know, it might have really cost you more than $5. Brzadzkis or something somewhat similar to that. That's the Knicks, a rookie silver prism, followed by a Pulsar Allen Iverson for the 76ers. Because what you don't know, of course, is what the other person's max bid is. Nobody knows that but them. So, you know, they could have had in there $1,000 for all we know. And so, yeah, you might have been outbid by 5, but there's nothing to say that if you'd put in more bids that their bid wouldn't have kept going higher too. So, if that's some consolation, maybe. That always makes me feel better anyway. This is Mo Bamba for the Magic. It is numbered to 99, and I expect we're probably calling that pattern Blue Crystal or some such. They like to call it Crystal when it's high numbered and Cracked Ice when it's low numbered. There's a nice little Ja Morant parallel in the red wave pattern, unnumbered, of course, for the Grizzlies. Another Luck of the Lottery, just base. And here is a red, which should be to 299. That is Zach Collins for the Portland Trail Blazers. Red wave, which won't be numbered. Deadman, Sacramento Kings. And there we go. So that's how a box is going to look. So going forward, not really going to read off all the names and numbers. We will talk about name and team on silver prisms and on cards that are numbered. But the unnumbered stuff, the red wave, the pulsar, the refractors that are base refractor inserts that aren't numbered, we'll just kind of buzz right on through them. So there you go. Oh, Stang Lover, I know. Poor Stang Lover. He had a bad random with Dynasty last year where it was a really nice card and the random didn't fall his way. He says he lost a little sleep on that one too. I know, random's the worst, isn't it? I mean, you have that minute where the hope is like so high, and then after the random, you're either ecstatic, going through the roof, or you're really, really unhappy. I have been on both sides of that, and seems like I tend to lose the randoms more than I win them, so I can relate. It is frustrating. A silver prism, Wilson Chandler, Nets. An autograph here for Brad Davis in the Dallas Mavericks. Look at that uniform. Those were some short shorts back in the day, weren't they? Yes, they were. Short shorts. Silver prism, Montrezl Harrell. Been playing well. Clippers. Red wave. Another, what I believe is probably going to be called Blue Ice. This one's the Kings and Marvin Bagley. All of those are likely to be numbered exactly the same, to 99. There's a Pulsar. That stack's getting a little tall, so we're going to move it. I don't like my stacks to get very tall. A silver prism, Robert Covington. That's for the T-Wolves. Ooh, this is a nice autograph. If you got the Miami Heat, this is probably exactly what you were hoping for. There's your man, Tyler Hero. Yeah, on a sensational signatures insert. This luck of the lottery has DeAndre Hunter and the Hawks, and that's the first luck of the lottery that we've seen that is the Prizm refractor parallel, and those, again, are not numbered. But we didn't know till we flipped it over, did we? Now we do. To 199, Andre Roberson and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And that is a Pulsar. Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder card wasn't the Pulsar. The Justin Jackson for the Mavericks was the Pulsar, just to be clear. Stanglover says Purdue beat Virginia by 50 points. Does that say 50? 30. I looked at it wrong. I was like, 50. Oh, by 30. Okay, that's still a pretty bad beatdown. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I mean, 30 points. I wouldn't have expected the margin to be quite like that. I agree with you. That is quite a hefty margin. Alrighty, kids. I don't really know that I totally love the card design this year. I don't hate it, but I don't know that I love it either, truthfully. The Pelicans, Nickeil Alexander-Walker with a silver prism, and that is a Red Wave Gordon Hayward for the Celtics, unnumbered. Another Red Wave for the Bucks, and a Lauri Markkanen far out insert Pulsar, unnumbered. And I see a silver prism on the horizon for the Celtics. It looks like it's Kemba Walker. I will never get used to Kemba Walker being a Celtic. Well, I mean, I say never. Eventually, I guess I will, but I'm not yet. Still not used to saying Kemba Walker and then Celtics next. But anyway, there it was as a silver prism. And here you have a Pulsar for the Suns. Clayton, you're looking for Kobe. Kobe White. Well, let's see if we can find you one. Meanwhile, we have Darius Garland for the Cavaliers. That is numbered to 149. So we'll go with probably Purple Ice, right? Looks like it should be called Purple Ice. That's what I'm thinking. That's what we're going to go with. If I'm wrong, close enough probably. Pulsar and the Trailblazers. I see a mojo on the back of this, which means it should be numbered to 25. The Zunga, and it is numbered to 25. Portland Trailblazers. A Pulsar for the Celtics. Silver Prism, Magic, with Anthony Hardaway. Red Wave T-Wolves. And a straight up red, which will be to 299, Bill Russell for the Celtics. Red Wave Kelly Oubre, Suns. And that box is all finished up. So we've opened 2 of the 6. This is box number 3 coming out of the plastic right now. Nikki says, where are all the Zion Williamson cards? I don't know, man. I don't know. We got a long ways to go yet, though. We're only 2 boxes in, so hopefully we're going to find some. We've had pretty good luck so far this year pulling his autographs out of various products, so hopefully our run will continue here. I do not have a ton of Prizm this year. I didn't get as much, of course, as I would want, which is normal. Never get as much as we want, but I have, I think, 4 or 5 cases of it. I'm not sure how much of it will break as half, how much of it will break as whole, or, you know, some of them I may just sell outright as sealed cases. You never know. I did have somebody make me an offer on them, but I didn't think the offer was really high enough to do it, so we'll see how that shakes out. But at any rate, not as much of this, I think, as we had of football. I had 8 cases of Prizm football, I think it was. A De'Aaron Fox silver Prizm for the Kings. Here's our first Zion. Look at that. Mickey kind of wished it into existence, didn't he? So that's the Pulsar Zion for Nola. Little New Orleans Pelicans action. They need him too. They're not winning a whole lot without him. Gordon Hayward, silver Prizm Celtics. And there is a Pulsar for the Sixers. That was your rookie Matisse on the front of that one. Clayton, the second half of this case hasn't even been listed on eBay yet, as a matter of fact. This was originally tonight going to be loose boxes from a shared case, which I think is how it was listed in the description as well. But the extra half case that I was due to get from that distributor, they upped it to a full case because they messed up my rookies and stars at the first of the week. That's to $2.99. So I didn't have any loose boxes. It just ended up that I had another sealed case instead. There is Red Wave, so that's why this one tonight, you know, was the start of a new case as opposed to 8 loose like we expected it to be. To Kobe White, Luck of the Lottery for the Bulls. It was a Pulsar variation. And we haven't seen this color yet, have we? This flat purple that's not ice or anything. I don't know what this is going to be numbered to. Let's find out. To 75 for the Hawks. Once again, you got to ignore the uniform and go with the team name that you see on the card. So don't pay attention to the uniform. That part doesn't count. And that is the Lakers Red Wave. Michael wants to know what the Pelicans sold for. That is one of the few that I actually looked at. Most of the time I don't have time to even look up. I just count teams and invoice and copy and paste into a spreadsheet and run. This is a silver Prizm Servois. I don't know how to say it. That's the Detroit Pistons. Pulsar for the Raptors. It was 500 and something. I don't know and what. I do not remember that at all. But I do know that it was 500 and something for the Pelicans tonight. Brandon Ingram. And that is a silver Prizm Pelicans. There's the Spurs with a Red Wave. That's another, I don't know why I keep flipping those. I keep saying I'm not going to, and then I did. So it was a Prizm, of course, but it is not numbered. Just out of habit, I guess. I flip them out of habit. And that's the Bulls. I see a little silver Prizm coming. That is Frank Ntilikina for the Knicks. Behind that, Alan Smailagic is our autograph. That's the Golden State Warriors. Got a few packs left to look at, and then we'll be at our halfway point of Prizm. Since it's a half case tonight, as opposed to the full case. But there's just no way to do full case of some of this stuff tonight because of the amount of new release product that we were breaking. And I thought Elite Extra Edition was going to be in here too until it didn't show up. Stupid FedEx. A Blue Ice Mavericks Justin Jackson, numbered /99. Red Wave 76ers. And there's a little purple ice, Jalen McDaniels, Charlotte Hornets, numbered /149. Pulsar Magic. Next up is a blue variation, should be numbered /199, and we have ourselves Terrence Mann. And that is for the Clippers. Red Wave Bradley Beal for the Wizards. Karl Malone Jazz is our silver prism. Oh man, I saw that it was an autograph. I saw that it was New Orleans, and for a hot second I thought, oh, we hit the mother lode. Then I moved that card a little bit and saw, oh, well, it's Josh Hart. But at least you have something. If you're the Pelicans, you have Josh Hart. So you're not going home completely empty-handed. Charles said last year, Luka, Luka's base prism from last year, not the silver prism, but the base prism, is currently selling for around $100. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. Obviously, it wasn't selling for that last year, but it has certainly appreciated quite a bit in the interim. I mean, I had, if you guys remember, up until about 2 weeks ago, I had a box of last year's prism just sitting back there filling space. It was just a loose box. I don't even remember where I got it or how I got it, but somehow I had it. I probably got an extra one thinking I would open it myself or something and then didn't, or I was going to use it in a mixer. Who knows? Anyway, somebody offered me $650 for it, so I sold it. And, you know, no wonder, because if you were to get any reasonable number of Luka base out of there, you'd pay for that. I actually had a lot of Prism retail stuff, too. I had mega boxes and those cello packs and some retail 24-pack boxes. I had a ton of last year's Prism. Not hobby, though, except for the one box. And same person bought it all. So, yeah, I knew it had to be doing fairly well, or we wouldn't be getting offers like that. So, I didn't know it was quite up that high, but I knew we were approaching a decent amount. And I would imagine same thing will happen here. I mean, I should have pulled the trigger on that first off the line, but the configuration was totally different, which in the past years it's been the same configuration other than, you know, the addition of the special autograph. But this year it was a 1-pack per box, and it was, you know, didn't look like it had a lot of base. It didn't have as many opportunities to get things, and I don't know, I just had a hard time with it. So I let it pass by and didn't buy any of it. It's to $199 for the Clippers. That's a Red Wave Cavaliers. Kevin Porter Jr. Another Fearless, but those again are not numbered. They are Prism Parallels, but they are not numbered. And a Silver Prism Karis LeVert for the Nets. A Pulsar, I always say his name wrong. It's nothing like it looks. The Nets. How do you say that guy's name again? It's like something that is nothing like it looks. Karak or Karuk or I don't know. Denzel Valentine for the Bulls. That is numbered to $299. There's a Pulsar for the Spurs. The mega retail, I gotta think. I don't remember what he even paid me for those. It was quite a bit, but I don't remember. The whole lot of everything that I sent was a lot of money. It was a lot of money. But specifically that, I don't remember. I want to say like $100, maybe. Might have been a little more. I don't know. There's so much stuff in there. It's a nice little Tyler Hero silver prism for the Miami Heat. There's a Red Wave John Wall for the Wizards. And a Fireworks Luka prism parallel. Might have been more than that. Honestly, I can't remember. It was considerable. The whole total of everything was considerable. We'll just say it like that. Well, yeah, the Walmart Mega Box 2018. That's exactly what I sold. I had like a dozen of them. Red Wave Cavaliers. If you send me a message on eBay messages and remind me, I can look it up for you. But off the top of my head, I can't remember that specific product. Because again, I had a lot of different prism and it all went out together. At Thaddeus Young for the Bulls is our silver prism. And here comes an autograph for the Celtics, Don Chaney. Is your autograph. So yeah, I can definitely look for you. And I also know, you know, I could find you, I'm sure you could find it yourself too, but I also could find you a buyer for it if you had trouble selling it, which I don't think you would. That's to $299 for the Knicks. This is a Pulsar John Wall for the Wizards. Yeah, this particular person that bought it from me does periodically just offer me for different things, and sometimes I say yes and sometimes I say no, but he's a real good guy, and I actually like let him pay me by check and everything, save the PayPal fees and the whole deal. That's how much I trust him. Scottie Pippen to 75 for the Bulls. A Pulsar for the Nuggets. Bowl. Yeah, there aren't many people I would let pay me with a check for something. Especially not something that much money, but this guy I would. I trust him. A silver prism for the Raptors, Marc Gasol. A Red Wave, DeJounte Murray, Spurs. Yeah, I just didn't really want to keep them past when this prism came out. That was my deal. That's one of the reasons I was willing to just go ahead and sell it, because you know how it is. It's always the latest products, the latest and greatest that everybody's kind of getting jazzed about. Thomas Bryant, silver prism for the Wizards. Brandon Clark and the Memphis Grizzlies. But for sure, those were so inexpensive when you bought them originally. It doesn't hurt to hold those for sure. I mean, it's not like you got a lot of cash tied up in them. You can just wait for them to appreciate, as you say. Hamidou Diallo for the Thunder to 149. And there's Alonzo for the Pelicans with a Pulsar. Charles, I think the Heat did well in this break as soon as they hit Tyler Hero autograph. Steven Adams kind of slid off the pile there, but he does not appear to be any worse for the wear. He's just slid flat and landed flat, but still wanted to get another look at him. A Kobe Bryant, silver prism for the Lakers. A Red Wave, Eric Bledsoe and the Bucks. All right, box 5 of 6 coming out of plastic. Stang Lover's looking for some Pacers. All right, man. We'll try and find you some some Indiana Pacers here out of these last two boxes. Let's see what we can come up with. Hopefully we'll find something that you want anyway. Yeah, Prizm basketball has always had so much more. It holds its value so much more than Prizm football. I always find that interesting because it's the exact same situation, but just a different sport. But I do think football's starting to do a little better since they cut back on the number of silver Prizms. Because you remember there for a while, out of a box of Prizm football, it seems like you would pull 6 silver Prizms. Might not have really been that many, but it was a lot relative to the number of them you pull out in basketball. So since they cut that back, I think that's probably helped football a little in the Prizm world anyway. Trae Young Silver Prizm Hawks. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the base cards in here are considerable. This is a Red Wave Jabari Parker. I mean, you're talking about you know, what are we talking about here? Probably 800 or 900 cards, even in a half case. So if we stopped and talked about every base card that went through, gosh, we'd be here quite a while. Michael Porter Jr. for the Nuggets. So that is why we talked about in the first case the stuff we'd look at a little better, or the first box. Bruno Fernando for the Atlanta Hawks. And just the base, you know, obviously you see them go by, but yeah, we're not really going to be talking about those because there's a lot of them in here. It's not like a product that's got just a few in it. Quindary Weatherspoon, that is numbered to 299 for the Spurs. And there's a Pulsar Thunder. Yeah, I mean, it's... We would be here easily twice as long if we stopped at every base. Kevin Garnett for the T-Wolves, numbered to 299. And there's a Scottie Pippen Red Wave for the Bulls. A Silver Prizm for Goran Dragic. That is the Miami Heat. There's a Pulsar Kobe White for the Bulls. I mean, it is super rare for a base, like not a Silver Prizm, just a base card out of this to go for anywhere near what that Luka's going for. So you got to keep that in mind too. Most of the base cards that you would find in here for a rookie are maybe anywhere from $1 to $5. Most of them. Now, that little bad boy right there is some money. That is a Zion Williamson far-out insert with the Mojo pattern on it, meaning you got it numbered to 25. Woohoo! Yes, indeed. I like that. You like it, too, if you've got NOLA tonight. Shaq, Lakers. Next up is a Silver Prizm for Dylan Wendler and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cam Reddish, nice autograph coming out for the Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, I don't know, Eric. I mean, it might be that there are some breakers that like literally call out every card they go past by name on rookies, base, and otherwise. I don't know, man. I mean, I've never been in a break where somebody has done that, but that's not to say that people don't. I mean, they absolutely might. And maybe if they're only breaking one product and they got loads of time, maybe they do. I don't know. I've always been just kind of not inclined to do that, even if it is just one product. Rui Hachimura for the Washington Wizards. That is numbered to 199. And there is the 76ers with a Pulsar, Joel Embiid. I don't know if there's definitely been some Kobe parallels in here. Some Kobe White parallels for sure we've called out. I don't know how many, but definitely we've called some out. Jay Crowder, Grizzlies, Silver Prism. A Red Wave, Justin James for the Kings. A Red Wave, Drew Holiday, Nola. Kyrie Irving, that is, why did I just blank on this pattern? Pulsar for the Nets. Flipping it over for the purpose of showing you that it does say the Nets, even though you see him in his Celtics uniform, and we're all used to him being a Celtic. Well, he's a Celtic no more. He's a Net these days. Here comes a Purple Ice Trier for the Knicks. And Alonso is numbered to 149. And there's a Pulsar Kevin Herter for the Hawks. A Silver Prism Boogie Cousins. And ignore his uniform, Lakers. That's where that one goes. He's hurt again, though, man. That guy just can't stay on the floor. Cavs, Red Wave. And if he could, he would be making a whole lot more money than he is if he could just not be injured, because he's a great player and he's done a lot of good stuff, and he was just getting better and better, and then he just has been plagued by injuries. All right, here we are. Last box. Mojo in it right now. So this is where we're going to collectively focus our mojo energy and hope that maybe we can pull something incredible out of our last box of Prizm tonight. What do you think? And of course, after we finish looking at this last box, we're going to recap our autographs, and we will recap our silver prisms and any cards that we have pulled that are numbered to 99 or lower. We're not going to recap stuff that is higher than 99. And we don't recap unnumbered parallels like the Pulsars or the Red Waves. Yeah, Gina says if I start calling out all the base, she's going to headbutt a nail. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, you know, every breaker's got their own way that they do it, of course. I think a lot of people, maybe not everyone, obviously not everyone, but most people, if you haven't done a break with somebody before, will, you know, go check out, like, what's on their channel and get a feel for how they flow. And I mean, sometimes you're just not a good match. I mean, there are people that I have done breaks with that I just, for whatever reason, I didn't like the pace or something, didn't flow the way I preferred. Then I just kind of know, okay, maybe if I do it, maybe I just don't watch the break just to see what comes in the mail. And then there are other people that are a great match. They go a pace I like and, you know, that sort of thing. And those I tend to watch more. That's numbered to 199 for the Suns, Tyler Johnson. And there is a Pulsar for the Kings. And that is a far out Jimmy Butler for the Heat, but it was not going to be numbered. It was just the prism / refractor version. John Wall and the Wizards have a silver prism. Behind it, an autograph. One of two that we're going to find in this last box. It's Carson Edwards for the Boston Celtics. And Gina, where you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on? How have you been? We've missed you around here. It's been happening. Did you have a good holiday? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? A Blue Ice Spencer Dinwiddie for the Nets, numbered to 99. There's a Pulsar Langston Galloway Pistons. And this will be numbered to 149. It is Dennis Smith Jr. for the Knicks. That is unnumbered Nicholas Batum for the Hornets. And here's a silver prism Andre Drummond, Pistons. It's a red wave Larry Johnson for the Hornets. Red wave Montrezl Harrell, Clippers. I see a silver prism hiding. Here it comes. And that would be for the Bucks with Chris Middleton. I see another NOLA autograph coming. It's still not who we wanted. Every time I see the corner of that and I see the New Orleans logo, I get all happy there for a minute. And then, you know, you got the W, like we were so close. So close. But no, it's Kenrich Williams for the New Orleans Pelicans. So that means no Zion autograph for us tonight. But we did hit that nice Mojo insert, which is numbered to 25. So that helps a little. There is a red Matisse to 299 for the 76ers. A Pulsar Montrezl Harrell, Clippers. Oh, there's a nice little red Tyler Hero to 299, Miami Heat. Pulsar T-Wolves, Covington. One little stack left. One tiny little stack left. Well, not tiny, but one stack left. A silver prism, Cody Martin. We got his autograph earlier, too, for the Hornets. So how about that? Oh, nice little red wave Tyler Hero. I mean, not numbered, but still. Tyler's been playing well. So, I mean, he's not going to bring Ja Morant or Zion Williamson kind of money, but he'll bring you a little cash back. Silver Prism Spurs, DeJounte Murray. There is a red wave Thaddeus Young for the Bulls. Again, that's one where the uniform, you know, that's on the card doesn't match the team it goes to. It's an old picture, in other words. But they do have the current and correct team info printed on the card. A silver prism for the Cavaliers, Jordan Clarkson. It's not numbered. I don't know why I flipped it over that way, but but I did. JaVale McGee, Lakers on the parallel. All right, kids. Let's now take a look at what we need to recap. So, once again, I'm going to recap cards that are numbered to 99 or lower, as well as our base silver prisms, of which there are quite a little handsome stack, and then our autographs. There's actually more base silver prisms in there than I thought there would be, truthfully. But anyway, that's how we roll. So, numbered to 99, that's the Nets. Another to 99 to the Mavericks. Same as for the Kings, and one more for the Magic. We only had a pair that are numbered to 75. They're headed to the Bulls and the Hawks. We have a pair, three rather, Mojos. One of them is really important. That's this one. Zion Williamson far out insert Mojo pattern numbered to 25. And then you have a little Mario Hezonja to 25 for the Portland Trail Blazers and the Hornets and Larry Johnson. So those are our cards that are numbered to 99 or lower. Silver Prisms, unnumbered. Big stack of them, though. Big stack. So we've got the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Spurs, Hornets with a rookie, the Bucks, Pistons, Wizards, Lakers, Grizzlies, a rookie for the Cavaliers, the Heat, the Nuggets, Hawks, Lakers, Wizards, Raptors, Bulls, Heat with a rookie, Nets, Jazz, and Knicks. In behind that, the Pelicans, Pistons with a rookie, Celtics, Kings, Magic, Celtics, Pelicans with a rookie, not the one you wanted, but T-Wolves, Clippers, Nets, Knicks rookie. Whoops, I laid this one down. Warriors, got to call him out. T-Wolves, Celtics with a rookie, the Bulls, and the Bulls. Those are our silver prisms for tonight. Now our little stack of autographs. Pelicans got one, but not who they wanted. You got Kenrich Williams. The Celtics bringing home Carson Edwards. The Atlanta Hawks get a nice little Cam Reddish. And Bruno Fernando also headed to the Hawks. Brandon Clark to the Grizzlies. Don Chaney to the Celtics. Josh Hart for the Pelicans. The Warriors with Alan Smalagic. Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat. Come the Dallas Mavericks with Brad Davis. Cody Martin and the Hornets. 76ers Maurice Cheeks. Okie dokie. That is Prizm basketball. Gina, you said you've been around. You bid on a bunch of teams, but you didn't get in any. Well, you should come and chat with us when you're around. Gina, you know you always liven up our chat room here. All right. Woohoo! We are headed to our last break of the evening, and that is Bowman Draft half case jumbo, and it's all paid up, so that, you know, makes me super happy. Staying Lover said, of course, Young was in a Pacers uniform, but yeah, I know, right? A lot of those pictures are that way. Unfortunately, they show them the old uniform, but when they put the right team name on there, it's going to go to that team. I know. Clayton says the Tyler Hero Silver Prism is at 60 on eBay. Honestly, I would have thought it would have been a little more. I would have thought that Tyler Hero would have been closer to 100. Because as I said, I kind of stacked them as, you know, you've got Zion and Ja in their own world. But then Tyler Hero comes right down pretty much below that. I mean, he's not far off of them, I don't think. So, all right, so what you're looking at right now is a bunch of stuff. So one more time, Elite Extra Edition Baseball. It did not show up today. Not FedEx didn't bring it. UPS didn't bring it. FedEx was supposed to. UPS never said it would be here today because they got it late to that distributor. But FedEx said it was going to be here today, and then they lied to me and it wasn't. So we don't have it to break tonight. You do have a message about it in your eBay inbox if you are in that break. I'm hopeful it's going to show up tomorrow, but I'm not going to officially reschedule the break until I see the tracking that says it's here and on the truck. So just hang tight, watch your eBay messages. I'll send you information as I come across it. So all of our breaks tonight were paid shipping breaks tonight. I'm hopeful that I can get it all out on Monday. If not Monday, it would be Tuesday. Obsidian football, Prizm basketball have already broken. Nobody got skunked in Prizm basketball. There's a ton of cards in there. Every team pulled cards. Every team's going to pull cards in Bowman Draft, I feel sure. Obsidian football, on the off chance that someone got skunked in that, didn't pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you will still get consolation card or cards in the mail, and it will ship out when the rest of the break goes, if that applies to your team in Obsidian. So this is a 4-box half case of Bowman Draft Jumbo. And, of course, it all ended tonight on eBay. Big new release day, Wednesday night, the 4th of December. Team names are there on the left-hand side, and winning bidders across from each one on the opposite side. And scrolling down through there so everybody can see what's what. And since this is also the start of a brand new case, we're going to do the same thing we did with Prizm, except there's only 8 boxes in this one. And that is I'm going to take them out, number them on the end, and we'll use random.org to figure out which ones we open tonight and which ones we open in the next break. let's get them out of here first. First things first, right? This has a massive amount of cards in it, too. Even a half case of this is probably 1,600 cards. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Which is not unreasonable when you're breaking it, but have mercy, it's awful when you're sorting it. I mean, just dreadful. And I have more Bowman Draft than I've had in years. I have a massive amount of it, something like probably 12 or 15 cases of Bowman Draft between the jumbo and the super jumbo. So much of it. I know, I let one of my reps talk me into buying more than I usually do. Which is fine, because I like Bowman, and I like to break it. I hate to sort it, though. Oh. Sorting is not fun for this product. All right, back to random we go. We only have 8 in here, so we're going to do random 3 different times. That's the way we always do it if there's fewer than 10 items in here. First 2 are not going to count. It will only be the 3rd time that will count. Oh my God. Now see, I was hitting the inner key. Like, why did it not take that? I don't understand what is going on there. That inner key must not be working on there. Let me use the 10 key enter. That one work? Yeah. I gotta use that. I gotta remember that. I gotta fix that. Okay. So ignore the first one and the second one. Here comes our 3rd and final. There's 3 times date and time stamp. We are opening 4, 5, 6, and 1. So 1, 4, 5, 6. Huh, easy. All right. 1, 4, 5, and 6. Let me get these other 4 jokers out of the way here, the ones we don't care about. And then we'll get at it here in a second. Alrighty. It's like Jim Carrey. Alrighty then. I don't know why I just thought of that. I'm sorry. Listen, it's been a long break, all right? And we still have a ways to go. You gotta cut a girl some slack. Stang Lover says he didn't see any Pacers, parallels I assume you mean, in that Prizm break. Well, I mean, Pacers, of course, it's one of those teams that unless they've got a lot of rookies, sometimes you don't see as much of. That's true. Clayton, all the cards do ship, unfortunately for me. Fortunately for you, but unfortunately for me, yes, I'm shipping them all, base and otherwise. Now, there are some times in breaks where I do not ship the base, or the base goes together as one single bidding category, or maybe I ship the rookies and not the veteran base, or whatever. But anytime I do that, it will always tell you that in the listing description. It will say it down in the middle part where it gives you the product name and quantity and the date and the time of the break and all that stuff. Right in that same spot. If there's a variation, it will always tell you in that area. Like there's an extra bidding category or something doesn't ship or whatever other information you need to know. So whenever it doesn't say anything extra there, then you know the base is shipping. So in the case of Prizm and Bowman Draft and actually everything that we've broken tonight, all the cards are shipping. Yeah. I probably should have said it'd be later than Monday, but I think I can get it done Monday if I work all day Sunday too. So we're going to hope so anyway. We're going to think so anyway. Clayton, I will probably get that second half of that case of Prizm posted. It will probably break Tuesday or maybe Wednesday because I don't think we have any new releases coming next Wednesday, at least the 11th. At least we didn't the last time I looked at it. So we might not. We might do it either Tuesday or Wednesday if there's no new releases. Chris, you didn't look at the spreadsheet and you have a question about the White Sox. I can't switch you off of this view because I have cards on the table, but I'll go look for you. Yes, I do have you in for the White Sox, the Dodgers, the Marlins. Let me see if you got anybody else in here. That's all I see at the moment. Dodgers, Marlins, and... Oh, and the Tigers. Sorry. All right. So yeah, White Sox, Tigers, Dodgers, Marlins. That's what I show for you. If you show something different, let me know. All right, but I think that is the deal. Okay, so once again, guys, like most products that have tons of base in them, the paper base and things, we're going to kind of move on through unless they're numbered or they have something interesting going on with them, or obviously if they're autographs, which we're looking for 3 Chrome Prospect autographs per box. Now, the Chrome parallels. This is just an example of a base one. There are lots of Chrome parallels in here. When they're base and not numbered like that, they're not, that big a deal. This one is a refractor, so it is a little more important than the ones that aren't refractors, but it still isn't numbered. Now, a lot of times in Chrome, in Bowman Chrome, when we see the refractors, they are numbered, but they're not in here. At least that one wasn't. Some may be. When we find some with color and things, they may be, but that one wasn't. So I'm probably going to wait and sleeve those later because, again, there are lots of them. If I stop and sleeve every single one of them as we go, we'll be here a long time. There's our first autograph out of this box. It is headed to the Angels, and that is Kyron Paris. And now this is a product, again, that, this first case we're shipping all the cards. But at some future point, we might break it out where paper base goes one direction and then the Chrome goes to the teams. So it doesn't tonight, but I'm just, again, answering your question from earlier, letting you know that it's always a good idea to read down through that description and make sure that there aren't any variances. Because sometimes that's what we do with regular Bowman as well. There's a refractor for the Diamondbacks and one for the Rays. My Cincinnati Reds get an autograph. Yay, Cincinnati Reds. And that is Reese Hines for Cincinnati. So like regular Bowman, not draft, but just straight up Bowman, not Chrome either. The one that comes out in the spring. A lot of times I do paper base as its own bidding category, and we just ship the Chrome to teams and stuff like that. So it just depends on the product and whatnot. And it's, again, a lot of it is just as much as anything else a sorting issue, because the sorting can be tremendous on stuff like this. It takes much, much longer than you think to sort and ship this stuff relative to the amount of time it takes to break it. So there is a nice little refractor for the Mets. Andreas Jimenez. And then there's one for the Diamondbacks, Blake Walston. And we've got a little franchise futures insert here for the Detroit Tigers with Riley Green and Nick Quintana. So that's a different insert than we've seen. Well, we've seen maybe some like that before, franchise futures, but not that particular artwork, I should say, is new to this year's Bowman draft. And after we do this first case, obviously we're doing half because this was such a big break night. Normally when we do this, we'll probably do full cases instead. And when we do full cases, almost certainly some of the stuff will be sorted out separately, like paper base or whatnot. There's the Miami Marlins with Cameron Misner, and the Diamondbacks again with Blake Alexander. There's a franchise futures for the Padres, and we've got a numbered hit for the Marlins. And that little bad boy is numbered to 75 with J.J. Bleday, our third autograph out of box number 1. So we've already seen all of our autographs that we're going to find out of here. But of course, we'll still have parallels and other interesting things to find. So, Chris, that was all your teams. Okay, good. Good. Eric is asking if there are any good Braves in here. You know what? I don't remember who all the Braves drafted, frankly. But usually in the draft products, it's kind of the teams that have what's a nice way to say this? Like my Reds, for instance. They don't put a real strong product on the field. So they're going to have a higher draft picks and more stuff in Bowman Draft than, say, your World Series winners who are going to draft really far down or last in the process. And so their draft picks, while not unimportant and whatnot, are just usually not quite as hyped as, for instance, the draft picks from somebody like the Reds or the Marlins or whatever. The Angels and Jahmai Jones and Cincinnati Reds with Nick Lodolo. I'm looking forward to seeing that guy play. I think he's going to be good. He better be good. I'd be so sad if he's not. Draft Progression. And that doesn't have a number on it either, but it's a nice, interesting little chrome insert, as is our anniversary insert here of J.J. Bleday. Now, that is a facsimile signature on there, guys. That's not an actual signature. It's just printed on the card. I like to point that out because if you haven't broken this product before, or maybe some of the other Topps products that have that on them, you might think, hey, why aren't you calling that out as a signature? That's why, because it's actually not one. It just looks like one. It's printed on there. All right. What else? What else can we talk about here in Bowman Draft? The fact that the number 2 draft choice is most likely not on the checklist. I didn't pull it up. Red Sox and Cameron Cannon. And the Yankees with Albert Abreu, followed by a little franchise futures for the Marlins. This is going to be numbered, or it should be numbered. This is the blue parallel. Maybe it's not going to be. For the Diamondbacks, Glenn Allen Hill, and I guess it's not. I don't know why I thought that was, but anyway, it is parallel, but apparently not numbered. I haven't opened Bowman Draft since last year, so you got to bear with me. But generally speaking, in Bowman Draft, they don't put whoever the number 2 draft pick is, usually isn't included in Bowman Draft. You won't see him until regular Bowman, which comes out in the spring most of the time. It's like they hold him back to make sure the other Bowman in the spring is good or something. I don't know. I don't know why, but that is generally how it works. Not always. Miami Marlins, there's Evan Fitterer. And finally, something numbered. This is purple, and it is paper, but it is to 250 for the Marlins with Nasim Nunez. Kansas City Royals with Jackson Kowar. And there's a draft pick breakdown insert set. That's new this year, too. Not numbered on that one either. But yeah, not surprisingly, the chrome is the more interesting of the two to people in this product. Generally, everybody's looking more for the chrome than the paper. But sometimes the paper's good, too. You never know. And there's a Twins refractor with Cavaco. And this was a Yankees refractor as well for Acevedo. Draft Progression. I got all distracted because I saw this one coming up. And I just set the one down and forgot I had to go back and get it. And what are we calling this? It's called it's called Sparkle on Panini, right? White Sparkle. Don't they just call it, they call it Sparkle or Speckle or something similar with Topps, but I can't remember exactly which. Dodgers and Jack Little. At any rate, that particular parallel is definitely, usually can bring you a little money if it's a good one. There was a card stuck to the back of that chrome. I felt it when I was laying it down. So that's why we went back through it. Well, Charles, I'm sure the Nationals have cards in here of some sort. So again, you know, they may not, I don't know if they have autographs in here or not. They don't tell you in those products if you've got other parallels in here. I'm sure there are Nationals cards of some sort in Bowman Draft because the Nationals would have draft players. So whether or not they're autographs, I don't know, but I'm sure that there are cards in here for the Nationals. Zach Thompson and the Cardinals. I haven't looked at the checklist to tell you one way or the other. Houston Astros, Javier, in terms of who has autographs in here or doesn't. I just know what I said a minute ago, which is normally the number 2 draft pick does not typically have them, because they hold them out and put them in the spring. So yeah, I'm sure that there are Nationals cards of some sort in here. I've never done a Bowman draft break where an entire team didn't have a single card of any type that I remember anyway. But I'll try to remember to pay attention and even to the base until we find some for you, so you know. There's Abrams for the Padres, and the Miami Marlins have Evan Edwards. White Sox insert the Dodgers with the blue parallel, which we've learned already isn't numbered, even though it looks like it should be. It isn't. And that pack is finished up. Oh, I'm getting ready to go to a whole new box. We can't quite do that. We got 2 packs left up there. Alrighty. That little Angels base card tried to sail off on me, but he went flat and landed flat, so it doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear. The Cardinals and Andre Palante. The Pirates have Sammy Ciani. And there's another draft progression. That one, of course, for the Padres. We have a blue, numbered to 150 for the Diamondbacks, Blaze Alexander. All right, what's up next? What else can we find? This is blue paper to $4.99. This is the Diamondbacks with Corbin Carroll. Cubbies, Aramis Ademan. And the Mariners with George Kirby. Another one of our draft pick breakdowns. That one's for the Rangers. I know that black Blade was a nice little hit in there, numbered to 75. That was excellent for the Marlins. All right, so we are now going into box number 2, right? No, yeah, right? 2, yeah. I was like, oh, wait a minute. It feels like we've been breaking this longer. Like I should be more than in box number 2, but we're not. We're just in box number 2. I haven't really priced that card. I don't know, but I would say that it is, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have said as much as 500, but you may be right. I personally would have said more like 375, something like that, but it may very well be 500. I haven't gone on there and looked at the prices for it, so it could easily be that. You guys are thinking, oh, it's a lot more. So yeah, I guess I need to go look at his look at his prices then, because I did not think it would even, I thought 500 was more than I would have speculated on, but sometimes they jump a lot. Oh, so the base autograph is 200, so you think the black will be around 800? Well, that's reasonable then. See, I also didn't think the base would have been 200. I thought it would have been probably more like 125, 150, so I definitely had him undervalued in my mind anyway. For the Astros, Corey Lee. For the Phillies, there's Alec. It's Twins with a little parallel. Our blue unnumbered parallel here for the Blue Jays with Eric Pardneau. Oh, shoot. Well, it doesn't matter if I stack Chrome separately or not. I'm just always in the habit of stacking it separately because, well, as I said, a lot of times we'll break it up and just ship Chrome to teams and do paper on its own. So I'm so used to sorting it that way as I go that I just out of habit. That's what I keep doing tonight, too. Don't really have to tonight, though, do we? Since it's all going. Oh, you think his base autograph's going to jump up to 500 in a couple of weeks? Really? The Blue Jays, Alejandro Kirk. The Diamondbacks and Dominic Fletcher. There's a Braves with a franchise futures Chrome insert. All right. Rocking and rolling. Yeah, I need to go through and price some of this early draft stuff just, because as I said, I have in my own mind like what I think something's going to be. And apparently I'm off. Jonathan Ornelas for the Rangers. It sounds like maybe a lot off. For the Phillies, Bryson Stott. And there's the Orioles. Hey, there's Adley Rutschman. He was your #1 overall draft pick. He looks like he's going to be pretty solid, too. But then again, I do like catchers. I've always had a soft spot for catchers. But the Orioles look like they got a good one with him. You never know. Sometimes guys look good in college and then they wash out before they ever get up to the majors. But not usually when they're really high draft picks like that. It's a little less common. And that is Grant Gambrell for the Kansas City Royals, followed by a draft progression there for the Rangers. Slowly but surely we work our way through. Well, that's true. It will take 2 or 3 days probably for the prices to kind of settle down. You're not wrong about that because always, the first one of something that goes up out of a brand new product is oftentimes, I'm going to say, artificially inflated. And then as more of them become available, the price kind of settles into more of the range that you can generally expect it to be. So you're not wrong about that. We will, looking at it in a couple of days, it'd probably tell us more. Oh, you weren't saying his base autograph would be up to 500 in a couple of weeks. You were saying the black one might be down to 500 in a couple of weeks. I got you. Yeah, that's basically what I would project as well. I mean, that's the way it always goes, it seems, with this sort of stuff. Because it's, like anything else, it's supply and demand. Although sometimes, depending on the prospect, they go up and they don't ever come back down. They just keep going higher. And there's another Jack Gunther for the Tampa Bay Rays. White Sox. Ooh, an autograph for the Dodgers. Cody, how do you say that, guys? Jose? None of the above? Haas? I don't know. I've not heard his name pronounced. And I am obviously guessing, considering I said it about 10 different ways. So if anybody knows, well, share. Oh, right. I had forgotten, Chris, about, we have pulled some good stuff for you, haven't we? Yeah, we have had some pretty good luck for you. That's good. There's Will Wilson for the Angels. I see a gold coming up, as a matter of fact. Kansas City Royals with MJ Melendez. And it's for the Reds. Yay, Reds. Numbered to 50, Jonathan India. Paper, gold, Cincinnati. And our autograph is on a class of 2019 insert. And it is for the Atlanta Braves. Somebody's asking what you could find for the Atlanta Braves. There's one. It is Braden Shoemaker. And I just realized that I forgot to be looking for your nationals. Dang it. I forgot to even be looking for them. But listen, if when I sort this, if there are no nationals at all in here, base or otherwise, of any kind, when I sort this, you know I will take care of you on it, right? So I did mean to be looking right now, though, and I forgot to do it. I looked for a few minutes, and then I got sidetracked, and I forgot. Oakland A's, Logan Davidson. Cincinnati Reds with Reese Hines. And here come the Padres with the 30th anniversary insert. C.J. Abrams. Again, those signatures are facsimile signatures printed on there. They're not actual hard-signed autographs in here. You said you were curious what the cases are going to be in a couple of weeks. Is it going to be like 2019 Bowman and Skyrocket, or down like 2019 Update? Draft is always an interesting one, and that's primarily because of the time of year they release it, I think. And this is just a tough time of year, right? Because everybody is shopping for the holidays and things. So everybody's got a lot of different bills to pay. And I find in the past, anyway, that it stays pretty consistently one price, case-wise. That's the Pirates. And then we have the Rangers through December and sometimes even a little bit into January. And then once you get into like middle of January onward, then sometimes the prices will rebound a little or increase a little, depending. Now, that's generally how Bowman Draft works, but there are always exceptions. So you never know at any given point. Something could change with that. But that's how I would look at it right now anyway. So, based on my past experience with it. And this is for the Orioles with Gunnar Henderson. And here come the Marlins with Will Stewart. Detroit Tigers on a franchise. The Rays with an unnumbered blue parallel, light blue parallel. Our dark blue parallel, of course, are still numbered, but the light blue aren't. But I tell you what I think is going to be much bigger than it has been in past years is going to be 2020 Series 1, which, believe it or not, is right around the corner. And that's because they held back Bo Bichette rookie cards and Yordan Alvarez rookie cards. And they are both going to be in 2020 Series 1. So I think that's going to be a little crazy myself. Here's paper blue to 499 for the Cubbies with Aramis Ademan. And here are the Atlanta Braves and the Colorado Rockies with a pair of refractors. There's some more draft progression for the Braves, Rays, Royals, Giants. I don't know. So Charles says he doesn't think there's even any base in here for the Nationals. Now, I know some of the websites that aggregate them and they do the hits, you know, but I didn't really know that they all necessarily listed the base on like those group break checklists and stuff. And the parallels, like the refractors and whatnot. Tristan Casas for the Red Sox. So yeah, I could see maybe if they didn't have autographs in here that could be a thing, but I'm shocked if there's really truly no base in here for the Nationals. That would be odd, unless, well, even so, did they who had the number 2 draft pick this year? Was it the Nationals? Who had number 2? I can't even remember who the number 2 draft pick was. Is that bad? That's bad. I know that's bad, but I can't remember who it was. But even so, I would think some of their other players would be in here. It's Garcia, Devi Garcia for the Yankees, and then the Reds with a Jonathan India. A purple parallel numbered to 250 for the Phillies. There's Alec. Ooh, gold autograph for the Tigers with Riley Green on the horizon here. That's numbered to 50. Yeah. Nice. Nice little hit there for the Tigers. But yeah, as I said, Charles, when I sort it, literally, if there's not a card in here, no base, no nothing, I will get you squared away, man. I promise I will not just take your money and say too bad. If there's literally not a card available, base or anything, for the Nationals, I will for sure make sure that I get you squared away and taken care of on it. All right? Will that work? I don't know how much they're going to produce of 2020 Series 1 because I haven't gotten my numbers yet from my distributors. I mean, all that stuff we have to order like 6 months in advance. So my orders have been in forever. But all my distributors are really slow. Well, I shouldn't say all of them, but many of them are slow in allocating some of that stuff. So I won't really have a good handle on it until the allocation numbers come in. Because there's some stuff that you would think, oh, there's plenty of, and it really turns out there's not as much as you think there's going to be. So, hard to say. Yeah, I don't know, Charles. As I said, I forgot to look for you, but I absolutely give you my word. I promise you, if there is not a base card or any possible card for the Nationals, I promise you 100% I will make sure that I get you taken care of. Grant Levine and the Rockies. The Detroit Tigers and Riley Green. And we have a blue paper numbered to 150 for the Texas Rangers. I mean, normally you guys that bid with me all the time, you know if a team doesn't have a single card, base or otherwise in a product, I typically just won't list it. It just will not be available for sale. Now, sometimes I don't find out until after the fact. Like right now, tonight, if it turns out there's not a single Nationals card, then of course I'm going to take care of you on that, and I will end any other listings that I have for future breaks that show the Nationals, and I won't list them again. But sometimes you don't know ahead of time, because sometimes you've got to list this stuff before the checklists come out, you know. Leonardo Jimenez for the Blue Jays and Kyle McCann for the A's. There's a draft progression for the Braves. Here come the Cardinals with a little gold. That is to 50 for Tony Losi. But yeah, my intent is never to sell something if there's not a single card available. Once I'm aware of it, I always will take care of it. Oh, look, it rhymed like Dr. Seuss, except I didn't mean for it to rhyme. But it did anyway. Green eggs and ham. You said, yeah, Charles, I don't know how, it would be weird again, for Bowman to just completely leave out a team unless, as I said, maybe they had the number 2 draft pick, and if that was the only guy they were planning on putting in, well, he wouldn't be in here. He will be in Bowman in the spring because they historically don't put the number 2 draft pick in Bowman draft. Grant McCray for the Giants, and another Giant refractor right behind it, Hunter Bishop. Padres insert and an autograph for the Red Sox. The Red Sox have Cameron Cannon for their autograph hit out of this box. But yeah, I mean, it seems stupid why they would have a team totally left out, but you never know what some of these people are doing. Indeed. Well, for sure, you are right. Series 1 and Series 2 is always more mass-produced than Update or any of the other, well, I mean, there aren't any other. Those are the 3 flagships. That was a refractor for the Braves. And then the Dodgers, the guy whose name I can't pronounce again, the Diamondbacks. You netted yourself an autograph, numbered to 499. That is a refractor, base refractor autograph for Tommy Henry. But I still think that, I don't know. I still don't know if Series 1 is going to be as plentiful as everybody thinks it is. I mean, maybe it will be, but I do know there's been a lot of other stuff that's been cut back in recent years that used to be more plentiful than it is. Now, who's to say if that's what they're going to do on that or not? For instance, Panini and Donruss basketball. Used to be you could order 100 cases and get 100 cases, and there's the Mariners. And this year, they've cut it way back, like cut their production more than 50% on it. So you kind of never know what these guys are going to do. We're kind of loaded for bear in this first half. We've got another black parallel here, numbered to 75. This one is for the Yankees, and it is TJ Sakima. Maybe neither of those. I'm butchering names, but I always butcher the names. We know that. We know that I very seldom pronounce them right. Even players on my own team. even players on the Reds. I just butcher their names. I don't know. It's a disconnect in my brain. What can I tell you? Yeah, Charles, you just want a full box of Prizm basketball instead? That'd be a good trade-off, wouldn't it? We would like that. We would like that. I don't know if they're going to make more, Nunzi. I mean, they might, but I certainly hope not. I think everybody kind of remembers the era of junk wax, if we will. We're never going to go back to that. At least I would certainly not think so. But I believe that kind of taught them some lessons. But again, I'll be able to give you, once I see the allocations from my big distributors, I can probably tell you with some reasonable guess as to how much they're producing. Kendall Williams and the Blue Jays. And then there's the Tampa Bay Rays and Greg Jones. And this is a blue parallel for the Tigers, Bryant Packard. One thing I can say about Topps, this doesn't apply to Panini, but it definitely does to Topps, is that they will generally take what they produced the year before and do no more than a 10% increase. Some years they don't even do the 10% increase, and some years I think they actually decrease some products. But they've never, in recent years, increased more than 10% on any given product, as far as I know of. And they very much base their stuff on what you bought the year before. The Red Sox and Noah Song, and the Diamondbacks with Glenn Allen Hill Jr., whereas Panini doesn't do it like that at all, even remotely like that. 30th anniversary Riley Green parallel Tigers. Panini just kind of, I don't know, they pick some arbitrary number based on how many autographs they've procured for the product, and then they say this is how much we've got and this is how much you can have. But Topps, who produces Bowman, they'll look at it and say, well, last year you ordered, whatever, 5 cases. So this year, if you want 20, well, too bad. You can have another half of a case because we're going to increase you 10%, that sort of thing. And this is numbered to 499, Grant Lavigne for the Rockies. The Texas Rangers with Julio Pablo Martinez, nice. Kansas City Royals, Brewer Hicklin. And there's another Ranger with the breakdown there. Yeah, most of the time, you said it's not bad for half a case. Most of the time, guys, we wouldn't do this in a half case. Most of the time, we would do this in a case. But just because of all the stuff that came out today, the only way we could break all of it was to bust up a bunch of it into halves. I normally wouldn't do Prizm basketball as a half case either. And we would have been still yet like another hour down the road had Elite Extra Edition shown up. That was a Maya for the Cubbies. And there's Clark Schmidt for the Yankees. Some Detroit Tigers on an insert. But since FedEx decided to leave it in Tennessee while showing all day long that it was due to be delivered by the end of the day, well, there you go. Edward's here. Hi, Edward. I didn't see you jump in. How's it going, my friend? You said Jackson Rutledge was the first national taken. He was drafted at number 17. So then, yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't be in here unless, like, they couldn't get a deal made with him, But even so, like you said, you'd think there'd be other nationals in here. Royce Lewis and the Twins. And the Red Sox with Reyes. I don't know why. They make some dumb decisions sometimes. San Diego Padres with what I think is called Speckle over here in Topps land. Owen Miller. It's so hard when Panini and Topps will use the same pattern and then one calls it one thing and the other one calls it the other thing. I always want to flip-flop them around. Put the wrong one with the wrong product. Wrong pattern name. But hey, we're trying. We're trying. The Yankees, Josh Smith. The Dodgers and Michael Busch. Some White Sox, some Mariners and Dodgers and Red Sox and Dodgers again. Yeah, there wouldn't be even if there were like some kind of Nationals only release, it wouldn't be, the draft picks wouldn't be in there. It would be, like as a World Series kind of release. If they were to do something like that, I think would be like your current team, your World Series guys. So as I said, maybe they just couldn't make an autograph deal with him or something, so they just didn't make any cards for him. Who knows? You never know what some of these people do. Diamondbacks and Spencer Brickhouse. And the Yankees with some purple paper to 250, Anthony Siegler. The Mariners with Jared Kelenic. A Riley Green draft pick breakdown. We've seen a lot of Riley Green parallels, haven't we? Seems like we have. Maybe not, but it seems like we have. All right, we're Last Box Mojo in this right now. Yes, we are. Let's see what else we can find. Let's find something else nice, low numbered in here. Yeah, Nunzi, I don't know. I would be surprised if it was a 40% increase because, again, Topps historically has never increased anybody more than 10% at a go. So I don't know how they could increase production by 40% overall and only have increased individuals and distributors by 10% each, but maybe, I don't know. I mean, like I said, they do some weird stuff, but in the past, that's the way it's always been with Tops and Bowman. You can expect it to be roughly 10% increase if it increases at all. Sometimes they don't, so I don't know. Yeah, they might very well do some kind of World Series release. That wouldn't be unexpected. But just having draft picks or prospects in there would not be the norm. If they were to do a World Series release, it would traditionally be with players on the active roster for the most part. But who knows what crazy stuff they'll do. The Miami Marlins, that's paper to $4.99, Evan Fitterer. There's Detroit Tigers with Nick Quintana, and the Giants with Tyler Fitzgerald. Here comes a green parallel. It's our first green of the night. It's numbered to 99 for the Red Sox with Denny Reyes. Why did I laid our paper over there on top of the autographs there for a minute, didn't I? Got all crazy, stacking stuff in the wrong place. I know. Just looking at how much stuff is over here to sort. Oh my God. Between this and Prizm. Oh, I'm going to be glued to this chair for the next 5 days. It's going to be intense. The Angels and Eric Rivera. The Cardinals with Tony Losi. The Twins with an insert. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Look what we have here, kids. There is a speckle autograph for a little Brett Beatty and the Mets. Had a lot of good parallel autographs in here tonight. Oh, that's going to be, we've got a pretty good little case going. I wish now we could bust through the rest of it tonight because I have a sneaking suspicion that the rest of the case is going to be good too. Usually when they start out well, they do well. You know, it's rare to have like a case that starts out hot and half the case and then the other half's just yuck. It usually doesn't work like that. So I'm thinking the other half may be pretty good too. Oh, Joey Bart. I love Joey Bart. San Francisco Giants. The Angels and Jack Kochanowicz or something, maybe not remotely like that. Possibly. I don't know. Chris, I'm hoping that everything that we do today is going to be on the way by Monday. That's my hope. That's because I'm not breaking tomorrow, except now I probably will have to take some time out and break, assuming that Elite Extra Edition, that FedEx decides to actually drive it the last 2 hours up the highway and bring it to me like they were supposed to do today. So we'll have to break that tomorrow if it does in fact show up. Brennan Malone, and then the Pittsburgh Pirates with Jared Triolo. So that will slow me down a little, but I'll get a reasonable amount done tomorrow, but there are a couple of breaks ahead of these tonight that still have to get out the door. So my hope is most of that will go out tomorrow and the early part of, well, actually probably take tomorrow and Friday to get the other stuff that's stacked up here out the door. Then that would leave me Saturday, and if I work all day Sunday, which I don't really usually do, but I probably will this time, that is for the Rangers. I'm hoping Monday. That's the Mets and Tim Tebow, but it really depends. If some of the other stuff takes less time than I think, maybe some of it goes on Saturday, maybe it all goes on Monday. It's just hard to predict with this much stuff to sort and ship. So that's why I always tend to project out what I think would be the latest something would go. Occasionally I miss that if something unexpected happens, I get sick or somebody in the family gets sick or something like that. Sometimes I might miss one, but generally that date is pretty solid. And occasionally I can get something out faster. But I try to I would rather under promise and over deliver than over promise and under deliver. Does that make sense? Hopefully. You said there's some guy who's been doing a video on card productions. He has a formula to calculate the numbers. All right. Well, I mean, but how does he know the numbers if he doesn't work for like Topps or Panini or whatever? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's Pittsburgh Pirates and Cal Mitchell, and then the Twins and Anthony Prado. Here come the Atlanta Braves. Well, you're all over, Mr. Schumacher here. It's to 499. There's Braden again. So we already saw one of his autographs earlier, and it was a parallel. Now you got that one, which is a refractor parallel. So, as it turns out, the Braves kind of doing okay tonight. That's one of the ones we talked about at the beginning. I didn't know what all was in here for them, but... But yeah, right? A lot. At least a lot of him, the one player. Is that a refractor? Yeah, Blue Jays. And another one for the Giants with Logan Wyatt. Insert for the Braves. And we've got a blue chrome parallel unnumbered for the Mets with Ronnie Mauricio. Little Ronnie. I was really hoping I'd see a Lodolo autograph in here for my Reds. I mean, again, I don't have the Reds in the break tonight. Somebody else has them. But I'm always going to call them my Reds because they're my team. Despite the fact that we're terrible. And we just grossly overpaid Mike Moustakas, in my opinion. Speaking of the Reds, Tyler Callahan. And then the Kansas City Royals with Brady McConnell. And the Twins have an autograph with Matt Cantorino. And now listen, I like Moose, okay? I do. And he's going to be a nice upgrade to Peraza, who we didn't tender, and whoever else he might potentially be replacing after we end up shuffling things around. But given his age and the length of the contract and the total price of the contract, I think we overpaid for Moustakas. But this is what the Reds always do, and that's why the Reds are always losing 100 games a year. It's like, look, man, the rest of your team isn't built to win right now, so don't go pay this guy all that money. Go out and get some freaking pitching, which is what we actually need, or get me a whole bunch of young guys and wait for them to get better. But we don't do any of that. We take our good young guys and trade them away and pay zillions of dollars to guys who shouldn't be paid that much money. And then we sit around and go, hey, why are we in a 25-year rebuild? Well, that's why, guy who owns the team, quit making dumb choices. J.J. Bleday for the Marlins. Yeah, I was just absolutely floored when we gave him that much money. The Cardinals and Connor Capel. To 250, it's the Mariners and Isaiah Campbell. But, you know, my poor Reds. I still love my Reds, but good gracious, they have just made some terrible decisions in recent years. Witness Homer Bailey, by the way. So, anyway, guess I'm done with my Reds rant for the year, maybe. Well, not for the year. For the night. For the night, maybe. No, I'm definitely not done for the year. I'll get more rants in before we hit the stroke of midnight on the 31st. The Yankees and Jake Agnos. The Brewers, Bryce Terang. Oh, yay, some more green. That's to 99. This one is paper. It's the Mariners, Brandon Williamson. And what else? We don't have much left to look through. Little tiny bit. Little bit. So you said that everybody overpays for everyone. Yeah, I know, but not the way the Reds do. I mean, most people, when they overpay, they're at least overpaying for younger guys, or, I don't know, or pitchers or something. I mean, good grief. If there's anything the Reds have too much of, it is infield players. Not even just on the current roster, but the people we draft. I mean, it's like we don't even consider any positions besides the infield. I don't understand it. Andrew Schultz and the Phillies. So, like, that really wasn't hugely a position of need. Mariners and Julio Rodriguez. We could have easily handled that with people on the roster. I know they're bringing him in for his bat. Maybe it will work out, but I still think we overpaid for him. And I like the guy. I really do. I like the guy. He's a good player. He's got good production, but we paid too much. Oh, I did see what Wheeler got paid. Wasn't it like 118 million or something like that? And supposedly the Reds had been in on the bidding for that. And I'm thinking there is no way the Reds were in on the bidding for Zach Wheeler. That kind of money. Imagine what Bumgarner's going to get when you got Zach Wheeler with that kind of deal. Zach Wheeler. And then Cole Hamels got a big deal today, too. And frankly, he was dreadful last year when he finally did pitch. Well, not dreadful, but not great. Daniel Espinosa for the Indians. The Padres and Hudson Head. So you know Bumgarner's just standing back there going, ha ha ha. You all just got me an extra 50 mil, probably. I mean, how? It's just insane what these guys get paid these days. But anyway, what are you going to do? Okay, so we have some recapping to do, and it's going to look like this. We're going to recap our little stack of autographs, and I set aside another little stack of parallels. So we're going to recap this stuff. After that, I'm going to once again put up the information about shipping so everybody knows what's going on there. And then after that, I'm going to put up the schedule of the breaks that are coming up in the days ahead, the stuff that we already have set up and scheduled to go on eBay. So, and Chris says Homer had probably his best season this year, only after he got traded again. But yeah, I mean, he did, but still, it was that was that's like one of the worst contracts I think the Reds have ever done. Maybe not ever, but like a lot. It was bad. It was bad. To 99 for the Mariners. That's paper, Brandon Williamson. This is chrome to 250 for the Mariners. Isaiah Campbell. The Mets. That is unnumbered Ronnie Mauricio blue parallel chrome. Blue chrome unnumbered for the Royals. This is blue paper to 499 for the Rockies. Green chrome to 99, Red Sox. Blue paper to 499, Marlins. There's purple paper to 250 for the Yankees. And that is speckle, I think is what Topps calls it. And it is headed to the Padres. The Tigers blue unnumbered chrome to 50. The Cardinals with a little gold chrome. Nice. The Rangers blue paper to 150. The Phillies, purple to 250. That was chrome. There's blue paper to 499. Cubbies. The Rays, blue chrome unnumbered. My Cincinnati Reds, paper, gold to 50. Jonathan India. That is blue for the Blue Jays. It was chrome. Blue paper to 499. Diamondbacks. Blue chrome to 150 for the Diamondbacks. The Dodgers, light blue chrome unnumbered. The Dodgers with what I think is speckle. I already said Dodgers, didn't I? It says purple paper to 250, Marlins. Diamondbacks, blue chrome unnumbered. Okie dokie. Our autographs. Our stack of autographs. All right, it is the Twins with Matt Cantorino. And this is a refractor version to 499 for the Braves with Braden Shumake. And here's Beatty for the Mets. That's a speckle version. The Yankees to 75. TJ Sikima, something like that. D-backs. Timmy Henry to 499. Tommy Henry. I said Timmy. Why did I say Timmy? Lassie. Timmy fell in a well. Tommy Henry. Can you tell I've been doing this now for a few hours? I'm starting to get a little whatever. Cameron Cannon for the Red Sox. Detroit Tigers to 50 with Riley Green. That's a nice one. And then here's our little friend again for the Braves. Good old Braden comes back around to see us on a class of 2019 insert. The Dodgers and Cody Hosey, don't know. Blade, I do know that one. JJ for the Marlins to 75, quite nice. Cincinnati Reds, Reese Hines. That's nice, too. I wanted Lodolo, but that's nice. Well, it's not mine anyway, but I mean, I just wanted to pull Lodolo. For the Angels, Kyron Paris. All righty, kids. That is the break and the recap, but there's a little spreadsheet information coming. I promised you we'd see it, and we're going to. We are. As soon as I can get myself back on the right page, I'll bring you along with me. How about that? Okay, so shipping, we've talked about this a few times by now, but in case you missed it, Elite Extra Edition Baseball delayed. If you're in that break, check your eBay messages. You're going to find a big, long email with a lot of info about it from me. And I'm hoping we're going to be able to break it tomorrow, but I will send you another message when I get a FedEx update about my package that should have been here today and wasn't. Hey, how about that? So all this stuff that we opened tonight, Obsidian, Prizm, and Bowman Draft, should be on the way Monday. I am hopeful. I would love to get it out sooner, but realistically, unless I just don't sleep for 3 days, it might not be. It's probably going to be Monday. And if you got skunked in Obsidian and did not pull a card of any sort, base or otherwise, you are going to get consolation card or cards in the mail when the rest of the break ships. Every team pulled cards in Prizm Basketball, and apparently in Bowman Draft, we might have the Nationals with no cards. And if that's the case, and there's really no cards in there possible to pull, then I'm going to hit you up and give you your money back on that one and pull them out of any future breaks of the same product, of course. All right, so here's what we look like. Tomorrow night was supposed to be an off night. There's nothing listed on eBay, but we're hopefully going to be able to slide in Elite Extra Edition and reschedule it there, assuming that FedEx actually really, truly brings it to me tomorrow. And I will send an email update on that through your eBay messages as soon as I know more. On Friday, it's going to be a half case of Leaf Autograph mini helmets, a half case of Flawless Baseball, which will be the last of the Flawless Baseball, and a case of Rookies and Stars Football. Saturday, we're going to finish up this case of Bowman Draft that we started tonight. We'll crack into the back half of it on Saturday night. On Sunday, we're going to start 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, and open a half case of Leaf Autograph football jerseys and a case of Absolute Basketball. And on Monday night, we're going to finish up the Elite Extra Edition Baseball that we should have started tonight, and hopefully we'll actually get to start hopefully tomorrow night. All right, so that is that. Let me catch up on my chat here. I think I missed a few and see where we are on this. Oh, Nunzi says you're a Mets fan, and you do know my pain on that one. You do know my pain on that. And Chris, I agree with you. I like Nick Senzel. Aristides Aquino turned out to be a little better than, honestly, I even thought he was going to be. So for sure, we have some good young guys. But the problem is we then make dumb decisions, like paying too much money for Mike Moustakas, etc., and then we end up having to trade away our young guys because we're trying to fix all the stuff we've hosed up with other dumb deals. At least that's my take on it. But anyway. Nunzi says, can you buy your teams again? Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have it set up that way because mine run through eBay. So I don't do anything right now outside of eBay. I used to do some direct breaks, and I have thought for years that I was going to get a website done, and I never have gotten it done. So for now, all my breaks run through eBay. So once they make that list that you saw there, that means they're already up and running on eBay. So I already have the back half of this case up and running, unfortunately. Plus, I usually prefer to do most things as a full case. But on nights like tonight, my gosh, we're clocking in at just under 3 hours. had Elite Extra Edition actually shown up, we would have probably clocked in at about 3.5 to 3 hours and 45 minutes. And if we had done full cases of Prizm and full cases of this, it would have been a 5 or 6 hour break. So even I and my Red Bull can't make it that long. So, you know. But that is a good idea. I always appreciate knowing about that kind of stuff, Nunzi. It might be something that we could, look for in the future. So always appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts on things like that. But for me, I'm wrapped up tonight. Woohoo! Off tomorrow night, but maybe Elite Extra Edition, as I explained earlier. So if you're in that break, keep an eye on your eBay messages. I will update you as soon as I know more. All right? So thank you, everyone, for hanging in there tonight. It was a long one. I appreciate you. Have a great night, and I will see you the next time. Bye now.